entertainment bullseye every week with her hard riding. Straight shooting. And suspense.
Annie, I wonder if you could... Gee, I hate to ask you, but my girl's coming to town.
Clara? Oh, George, that's wonderful. I've been dying to meet her. Are y'all going to get married right away?
I hope so. But Mr. Maxwell won't let me off to meet her, and, well, she's a stranger in town, and...
Don't worry about a thing. We'll meet the stage. Oh, how will I know her?
Oh, you can't help but recognize her. She's so beautiful. She's just right. And in the moonrise,
Gosh, have you got it bad?
Tagg.
Wait till you see Clara. She's got eyes so big, and the lashes are that long, and her teeth are like little grains of corn, all in a row.
White corn or yellow?
Tagg. Don't worry about a thing, George. We'll meet the stage, and I'm sure we won't have a bit of trouble recognizing her. We'll take Lofty along to help.
Oh, thank you, Annie.
Sure. Come on, Tagg.
Wow.
Permit me to introduce myself. My name's Craig, Lofty Craig.
Well, how do you do, Sheriff Craig?
Deputy. Welcome to Diablo.
Oh, that's very kind of you. I'm a stranger in town.
Ah, no, you're not. Now, George has told us all about you.
George?
Hey, George, the bank teller. Well, you are Clara, aren't you?
Oh, no. My name is Lester, Jane Lester.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that is, I'm glad that...
I wonder if you'd be kind enough to direct me to the hotel.
It's just down the street. I'm going that way. It's very difficult to find.
Gosh, is she beautiful?
You too, Brutus?
Brutus?
Hiya, baby. Right on schedule.
I said I'd be here Saturday. How do things look?
Good. We can start right away. Bank closes at 12 on Saturdays. We got all afternoon to work on the vault.
Since when has it taken me all afternoon to open a simple small-town safe?
This one may not be so simple. It's a new one.
Well, old or new, I haven't seen the safe yet I couldn't open.
George, we met the stage and Clara wasn't on it.
I know, Annie. I just got this letter from her. She isn't coming.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is there anything wrong?
Her mother's trying to break us up.
Well, I think you'd make an awful good catch for some girl, George. You're steady and you've got a good job.
But I haven't got any money.
Money isn't important when you love somebody, George.
It's important to Clara's mother. No, Annie. I'm afraid it's all off. I guess I'll just never marry.
Oh, that's crazy. There are a lot of nice girls in this world, and someday the right one's gonna come along.
No. Clara's the only one for me. I couldn't even look at another girl. I couldn't...
Good morning. I am Henry Maxwell, the president. May I be of service?
Oh, how do you do, Mr. Maxwell? I'm new in Diablo. I'm thinking of opening an account.
Of course. Won't you step this way, Miss...
Jane Lester.
Of course.
Jane Lester. What a beautiful name.
Good luck, George.
Of course, I'd have to assure myself that my money would be safe.
Oh, you need to have no fear on that point, Miss Lester. Do you see that vault?
Oh, is that what it is?
Indeed it is. It's new, and we're quite proud of it.
Oh, my, it is impressive, isn't it?
And it's thoroughly burglar-proof. There isn't a man who could break into this vault.
Oh, I'm sure you're right, Mr. Maxwell, and thank you very much. You'll be hearing from me soon.
Oh, it'll be a great pleasure, my dear.
Mr. Maxwell.
Well,
you see, sir, I need $200.
for what?
Well, I want to get married, and I thought if I could borrow $200 to go to Cottonwood Falls to see Clara's mother.
How could you expect to pay it back on your salary?
Well, I wanted to talk to you about that.
Let's hear no more about it. Just see that those books are balanced before you leave here this afternoon.
Yes, sir. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Going over to the bank. Get the back door open. You join me in exactly 10 minutes.
Hold it, mister. Bring out the money. Yes, sir. Put it in that bag. Yes, sir. Tried to stop him.
Well, did you recover the money?
He didn't have any of the money on him. You sure this is the right man?
Of course I'm sure. He hit me and then ran out the back door.
Where's the money? What did you do with it?
I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't any money on me, so how could I rob any bank?
Oh, yes, you did. He's the one, all right.
This is outrageous. This is the worst thing that's ever happened in this town.
Well, it could have been worse, Mr. Maxwell. If it happened next week instead of this week, he'd have gotten the payroll money.
Oh, Miss Lester, this is a pleasant surprise.
I hope you don't think I'm too forward, Sheriff.
Deputy Sheriff, ma'am. And I'm honored. I don't think you're forward at all. I think you're...
So, this is where you work. And that's the jail where you keep the criminals?
Yes, ma'am. That's the man that robbed the bank. Oh, don't be frightened. You're perfectly safe.
Oh, I'm sure I am, Sheriff.
Lofty, ma'am?
Lofty, isn't that a nice name? I was just on my way to have a cup of coffee.
You know, I was just wondering about a cup of coffee myself.
Wouldn't it be fun if we could have it here? I'd stay and watch the office for you.
Would you? It won't take me a couple of minutes.
Joe, in a couple of days, there's going to be a load of money in that vault. It'll make what we got before look like peanuts.
A lot of good that's going to do me in here. Well, if I only get my hands on that bank clerk to turn me in.
You will. We'll walk out of this town with every nickel they've got in that vault. Oh!
Hold it, or this girl will get a knife in her back.
Don't let him kill me, Lofty.
Drop that gun, Deputy.
Please, Lofty, please drop it.
All right, open the the store.
All right, inside, both of you.
On your feet. Well, don't you two look cozy in there? What happened?
He, threatened Jane with a knife.
If it hadn't been for Lofty.
Get inside.
Wait a minute. You said the prisoner threatened you with a knife. Where is it?
Well, I thought he had a
Look,
knife.
Annie, you have to give Jane the 3rd degree. She's upset. She had a pretty frightening experience.
I'm sure she has. I'm sorry.
I'll see you to your hotel.
Thank you, Lofty. Good morning, George. I'd like to make a deposit.
Oh, excuse me, Miss Lester. I'm afraid I wasn't paying attention. I've had some bad news.
Oh, I'm sorry. Someone ill?
Oh, it's worse than that. It's my girl in Cottonwood Falls. Her mother's trying to make her marry someone else.
Well, why don't you go up there and stop it?
It's not as easy as that, Miss Lester. In the first place, Mr. Maxwell wouldn't let me off.
Well, he needn't know. Cottonwood Falls isn't far. You could leave here after the bank closes and take the stage this afternoon and be back by Monday.
Oh, hell, I wish I could, but... Well, frankly, I don't have the money.
Well, that shouldn't stop you. How much do you need? 300, 500?
Oh, no, Miss Lester. I appreciate it, but I couldn't.
Nonsense. Here's $500. You can pay me interest.
You don't know what this means to me. I'll give you my note for it.
Oh, that won't be necessary.
Oh, yes. It must be perfectly legal.
Ah, Miss Lester. How are you, my dear?
Mr. Maxwell, I've been looking for you. I wanted you to advise me on some investments.
I shall certainly be happy to.
There are also some bonds I'd like you to look at. Perhaps, this evening. Are you free?
Completely.
Well, then why don't we have dinner at the hotel?
An excellent idea. Excellent. About 6?
6 will be fine. Thank you. Good evening, Mr. Maxwell. Right on time.
I always try to be punctual, my dear.
Oh, for me, aren't they lovely? Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
I just got in myself a little while ago. Oh, by the way, I ran into your cashier. He hasn't resigned from the bank, has he?
George, why no? Why do you ask?
Well, I saw him leaving on the afternoon stage. I guess he's just gone out of town for the weekend.
George leaving town? Surely you're mistaken.
Why, no. I saw him come out of the bank with a traveling bag. He went toward the depot. I'm sure he was on the stage when it left.
Oh, excuse me. I'll come right back. He's robbed me. Go after him. Hurry.
Who? What are you talking about?
George, he's absconded with every dollar. I just came from the bank. The vault was cleaned out.
George, you must be mistaken.
You mean the bank's been robbed again?
I can't believe it.
Who cares what you believe? I tell you, he left on the afternoon stage. Well, what are you going to do? Sit there?
Tagg, run over to the stage depot and find out where George was going.
Sure, Lofty.
I knew that George was a crook. I knew it from the first day I hired him 5 years ago.
Then why did you hire him? It must have been somebody else that robbed the bank.
How could it be anybody else that robbed it? The vault was locked and only George and myself knew the combination.
I'm sure you're not going to need that, Lofty.
Hope you're right, Annie.
Get my money back, Lofty, and there's a $1,000 reward.
I now pronounce you man and wife.
Lofty, how wonderful of you to come.
Hello, George.
Lofty, this is my bride, Clara.
How do you do, ma'am? George, could I speak to you for a minute?
Well, sure. Well, surely, Lofty, you're joking. Why would I rob a bank?
So that's what you are.
Sorry to have to do this.
Well, how could I rob the bank? How could I?
Shall we go?
George. Oh, George.
All right, let's go, George.
I knew it. I knew the minute you met that man he was no good. Bank robber. Baby.
Sorry you had to get mixed up in this, Jane.
Miss Lester, tell them about the money you loaned me.
Money I loaned you? I don't understand.
But, Miss Lester, you did. I gave you my note for it.
Well, really, this is all news to me. Why, I hardly know this man. I've seen him a few times at the bank, but as for loaning him money...
And I'm convinced that George robbed the bank the first time. Lock him up.
Do you mean the man that's locked up isn't guilty?
He certainly isn't, and I'm going to see that he's released.
Better luck next time, Deputy.
She's gone, Annie. She just left on the stage.
Most of her clothes are still here.
Then she must be coming back.
No, I doubt it, Tagg.
What are you expecting to find?
I don't know, but whatever it isn't here. Well, we might as well go. Tagg, how many times have I... Where did you get this?
In there.
Well, where's the rest of it?
Right here.
Tagg, this is it.
It's what?
It's the note George gave her for $500. It means he was telling the truth and that she was lying.
Gosh, sis, what are we gonna do?
I'm going after that stage. You go find Lofty and tell him.
All right.
Annie was right. This is going to clear you, George.
Lofty, this is one posse I'd like to be in on. Do you think... I mean, could you?
Why not? I reckon it's illegal to leave a prisoner unattended anyway.
Thanks, Lofty.
Spare horse outside.
Driver, pull up.
What's the matter, ma'am?
I'm getting out here.
Here?
That's correct, thank you.
Hey!
off, Annie.
Where's the woman passenger you had?
Well, she got off back at Dry Gulch.
Dry Gulch?
Don't ask me why.
Thanks.
This horse is going to give out riding double. One of us has got to get off.
Well, don't look at me.
It's Annie Oakley. She spotted us. Let's run for cover.
You might as well give yourselves up. You haven't got a chance.
I've only got one shell left in this gun.
Well, you better make that one count.
Annie, we'll make a deal with you. We got $60,000 here. We'll split it with you.
I want all of it. And both of you with your hands up. Mean that. Stay back, Lofty.
Nice work, Annie.
Thanks, Lofty. All right, where's the money?
Back of the tree.
Wait a minute, Lofty. You get it, George. Give it to Lofty.
All right, let's go.
You and Annie did a magnificent job.
Well, thank you, Mr. Maxwell. If I remember right now, you mentioned something about a $1,000 reward for the recovery of the bank money?
Well, yes, I did, Lofty, but I've learned that as a peace officer, you're not permitted to accept a reward.
Well, that's right, Mr. Maxwell, but Lofty didn't recover the money. George did.
George?
That's right. George recovered the money and gave it to Lofty, didn't he, Lofty?
That's right.
Well, it was worth it to get the money back. You come and see me, young man, and we'll discuss the possibility of you getting your job back.
Oh, really, Mr. Maxwell?
Yeah.
Just a minute, George. Mr. Maxwell, I have considerable money myself. Enough with George's $1,000 for us to start a bank of our own.